First he reads them, and then he judges them. Here's Sweet Dan Sweet and Comic Book Man.
What a mouth on that guy.
It's time for another installment of Sweet Talking with Sweet Dan Sweet. This time he looks at Thor, First Thunder, and Captain America, Patriot.
Hey folks, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for Sweet.
I was going to stand on it.
Sweet Talking Comics with Sweet Dan Sweet. And of course we're coming to you from Alternate Reality, which is located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality are all new comics for 15% off every day for everyone, including these two books when they first came out. We got Thor, First Thunder, #1, and Captain America, Patriot, #1. Now both of these are miniseries from Marvel. Both of these explore characters back in the beginning part, in the historic part of their run, of their existence in the Marvel Universe. And because of that, Dan has called this segment
Old School Marvel.
Old School Marvel. Which one would you like to start with?
I always start with the top.
Okay. That would be Thor, First Thunder, #1. Now, this is a retelling of Journey into Mystery #83,
Yep.
which, of course, is Thor's first appearance. Thor fights the Stone Men from Saturn, and Don Blake finds the cane. That's how he's able to turn into Thor and fight the Stone Men from Saturn.
How long was that story?
That story was like 16 pages originally. Journey into Mystery was originally one of Marvel's many horror titles, which got readapted into a superhero title with the appearance of Thor, but they still ran a backup in the book. It was a little horror mystery tale.
How much did that cost?
Oh, 12 cents, I think.
12 cents?
12-cent book.
16 pages?
16. Well, and you'd get the backup too.
So
a backup too. It was like 24, 26 pages.
So would it be ridiculous of me to be offended by the extending that story to 5 issues and charging
Who am I?
$4
Who am I to say what you would be offended by?
$4 times 5 for a story that cost 12 cents and was 16 pages? And I mean, yeah, there's been dynamic advances in print quality and
Yes.
pencil art and
Storytelling.
sure,
Printing process, color separation.
but 5 issues for a 16-page story.
Got a painted cover.
They got a movie coming out, is what they got.
Well, you could have also renamed this segment. Marvel has movies coming out and they have trade paperbacks to sell, which would be just as viable.
See, and I don't have a problem with them cashing in on that, but 5 issues,
Yeah.
$4 a piece.
Yeah.
That's way
That's
over
a few
barrel.
dollars.
That's way over a barrel for this story because it doesn't feel like they've done anything with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it reads like the story of Thor. I mean, yeah, a few things make a bit more sense to us now.
Well, if they're gonna run the sucker out over 5 issues, they got to flesh something out because they got to put something in those panels. And the only thing they're gonna put in it, outside of pretty pictures of Scandinavia, is gonna be characterization.
But I don't think there was enough characterization.
Well, no, and you could go back and make an argument that no, there wasn't a lot of characterization in that very first issue.
Right.
And what if we go back and retold the story with a lot more characterization and tried to flesh some of these characters out?
No, but I mean, I don't think there was a lot of characterization in this issue.
Oh, wow. Okay,
I mean, you get to know that Don Blake has a gimpy leg and he's trekking across Scandinavia,
Yes.
Norway, because his dad is a jerk.
Yes.
And then he meets these 2 people with these weird Scandinavian names.
Yeah.
And then they all hide in a cave and there's a monster. And it's a rock alien named Korg who, is
Stone Man.
still has a place in the Marvel U
Yes,
as
he
of last year or so. But overall,
Thank Greg Pak for that.
of course, Greg Pak, I thank Greg Pak every day for everything.
Thank you, Greg Pak.
See? That's exactly. I did mine earlier.
Hey,
so-
look, Tron's coming out. Thank you, Greg Pak.
Thank you, Greg Pak. It's just not a fun enough book. And I don't know where it's going. I don't know if it's trying to just do the first issue of Journey into Mystery, or if it's going to do the subsequent Thor stories that were in there for a couple of issues and try to expand on each of those. That might be a bit more interesting, and only time will tell.
Yeah.
Tan Eng Huat, the
The artist.
the artist.
The artist.
I was
The
going to say
artist on the
pencil
book.
guy. His art has this weird sort of trippy feel to it.
Cool.
Have you looked through it? Like, his characters are really funky.
Well, it definitely doesn't look Kirby-esque.
He drew my least favorite arc of the Punisher with Rick Remender. By the end of the issue, I'm used to it. But then I had to go back and reread the stuff just to enjoy the first few panels. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm not sold on this at all. I think it's a cash grab, and I'm not into it.
Okay.
Whereas with our next title,
It's not a cash grab?
I don't know.
There's a Captain America movie coming out, you know.
Yeah, but Captain America isn't even really in this issue other than a supporting character.
That's right.
So, yeah, of course, the subsequent 3 issues will probably star this guy as Captain America, but...
Well, the title of the book is Captain America Patriot,
Yeah.
and what this book is really about is the Patriot, the Golden Age character that ran around the Marvel Universe, was also in not the Invaders, but the Liberty Legion,
Yep.
which Roy Thomas made back in the 70s. And it's about how he becomes the new Captain America when the old Captain America, Steve Rogers, disappears and everyone assumes he's dead. He's really frozen in a block of ice, but nobody knows that. All people know is he was on a plane that blew up. Oh my God, he must be dead like Bucky. So the U.S. government says, we need a new Captain America. Enter
This guy, Jack Mace.
Jack Mace.
Something
Reporter.
Mace. It might not be Jack.
Reporter.
Reporter something Mace.
Okay.
He's a guy who met Captain America, and Captain America inspired him enough to be a superhero.
That's right.
But not so much super. Just a crime fighter.
Well, he has no powers.
He has no
He's
powers.
just a guy in a costume.
He just punches stuff.
He's a guy in a
lot.
Which sort of makes him Batman without the brains and the money and everything else.
And a much sillier costume.
A much sillier costume.
Because
But
it's red and he looks like the Rocketeer, sort of.
it was the 40s.
And that's the thing was, did this character actually go on to be Captain America, or is this just something they're writing back into?
No. This story, the most pivotal issue of What If, the original run that ever came out was What If #4, I think it was. Roy Thomas wrote What If Captain America, I think it was What If Captain America Survived World War II. And basically it's Roy Thomas retroconning a bunch of Marvel history into the death of Captain America and the subsequent years afterwards. This guy is the Patriot, becomes Captain America. Also, Spirit of 76 will become Captain America at some point, and both of them die tragically. Yes, I've given away the end of this for you. The ending was written in What If #4 back in 1970, whatever the hell it was. So this is not news for anybody who knows the history of this character. But yeah, this character will have a tragic end.
Just like the Patriots last night against the Jets.
Bazinga! Go Bears!
Yeah, they won 2 by,
Anyway.
sheer luck.
Anyway, Roy Thomas wrote all that stuff, and basically what he did was he tried to make some sense of Captain America continuity after World War II, because Cap died before World War II ended, but they kept doing Captain America stories back in the Golden Age. Roy Thomas worried a lot about this stuff. And, of course, you've got the Captain America of the 50s who was woo in the head, but that's farther down the road.
Whoa.
That's not this guy. That's not Spirit of 76. That's another guy. But he tried to form a link between Steve Rogers, the Patriot, Spirit of 76, the 50s Captain America, and then Steve Rogers returned in 1963.
But what about the Black Captain America?
He didn't even exist at that time. That was another retcon story
Yep.
that Joe Quesada did, and I forget who else worked on that book. But that was the truth. Kyle Baker. Kyle Baker did it. But anyway, enough history. How's the book?
It's beautifully illustrated. It is really exciting towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the beginning was a little Golden Age hokey.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that because I love books like The Marvels Project and some stuff like that. I thought towards the end the dynamic twist on the end, and I don't want to give it away, is interesting enough to keep me coming back. I wanted it to be about the Patriot, but obviously it's about the Patriot as Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Does it feel like a cash grab like the previous one, like we were saying? Not so much, because that's not going to come into play in the movie at all.
Yeah.
Not even in the slightest.
No, they're not going to do that.
And
Well,
Carl
then again,
Kessel-
the Stonemen of Saturn aren't going to be in the movie either.
No, but Carl Kessel and the Breitweissers have worked together on Thor before, and Kessel just came off the
You mean on
Captain.
Cap?
You don't think you're going to
Yeah,
get Nord's
Cap.
story in the Thor movie?
Oh, yeah, it's not going to be Stonemen of Saturn.
No, it's Destroyer and Loki and stuff.
They're
like
not going
that.
to screw around with that.
I lost my train of thought.
Oh,
Carl
you-
Kessel. He just came off the 40s Captain America strip. So this
Right.
is a guy who's been doing Cap stuff for a while.
Yeah.
This isn't some ragtag writer they picked up off of USA Network and said,
Right.
"Here, write a Captain America story because we got a movie coming out." This feels like it has a place. This feels like a noirish Captain America take on the Patriot. But we'll see what happens because the guy dies because he ruined it for us.
Yes, he does. He dies. And Spirit of 76 will take his place, and he will die too.
Let's celebrate his life, though.
But he'll die saving the life of a young Jack Kennedy. And go back and read your What If #4, the original series, if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Because we all have that sitting around in the crapper.
Well, you know what? They make trade paperbacks. I got them at the store. The
Plug.
original What Ifs are
Shameless
reprinted.
plug.
Original What Ifs are reprinted in trade paperbacks. I've got them down here at the store. So this is good, and this is not so much.
This is enjoyable. This is, if you're a Thor fan, you might like it.
Okay. So that's it. We're done. We're finished. We're out of here. You can read all Dan's reviews though at the store's website. And where's the store's website at?
You always tell me.
Sarah.
www.myalternatereality.com. It's the website your grandmother used to make.
Stop off at the store's website and check out all of Dan's reviews. And until next time, this is Comic Book Man
This is Sweet Dan Sweet.
saying bye.
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.